All right, guys, we're ready to go live. We're going to talk about the compensation schedule. Thank you guys so much for being on. I am your hostess, Coach JP. This is hashtag Epic Icon Daily. Hashtag Epic Icon Daily. And I just want to dive into some information about the comp plan. Some of the things that as you're growing your business, you want to make sure that you actually do. You want to make sure that you do to make sure that you actually get your incomes and things of that nature. So we're going to talk about those. Let me just make sure. That this actually is showing up in our group. Make sure it's actually showing up in our group, guys. And okay, we're ready to rock and roll. All right, so let's dive into some information about the compensation plan. I want to cover, some of the basics. All right, I want to cover some of the basics with you, and let's do this. Let's start. Let's start out here on our whiteboard. Let's actually start here. Okay. So a couple of quick things, so that everybody understands when you actually get started, the cost of getting started is $99.99. And that covers your ability to learn the skill set of Forex, okay, that educational process. It also covers your ability to build an organization or build a team and create some residual income. So it is, some people are saying, okay, well, how much is it for one? How much is it for the other? There is no separate cost. It is the same cost for all of it. So all of it is I guess all in. It's all in. So you actually get started, and what they will call you when you get started, or what you'll see, okay, is the word scholar. Now, it is just the word scholar because we are an education platform. Okay, so we use the word scholar. You are going to be attending, if you choose to grow your income in Forex, you are going to be attending Epic University. And because we have a university, we have a study hall. So you're going to see a lot of reference to school terms because you are learning that skill set in Forex trading. So everybody's called a scholar. No big deal. That's just what we call it. So that's the way that works. Now, if you are growing a team, because we're going to be talking about the compensation, if you're growing a team, all right, the way you grow your team is you're going to build down under three organizations, or you're going to have three different legs or partnerships or whatever you want to call them, but you only have three. You have team one, or what we have your left. We have team two is what you have your middle. Team three, some people call it right. I will typically call it team one, team two, team three, all the same, different things that mean the exact same thing. So team one, team two, and team three. So when you are looking at growing your organization, of course, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a list. But one of the things that I did not do in the beginning that I am teaching you guys up front now so that you'll know early on is the fact that you can start building business with, internally with your family members. A lot of the reason we will call our family members first, because the first people that we would love to be able to benefit from the platform is actually going to be people that we love and care about. So we've seen it where, the husband may get started here. He puts his wife here, his daughter here, his son here. It's not mandatory, but because you're going to be putting your efforts into building down under three different organizations, we just want to let you know that that is a way that you can start. Because if you're going to benefit anybody financially, you may want to think along those lines of building, under members of your own family. Mandatory? No. Recommended? Is optional, right? There's nobody that's going to say what is wrong and what is right. The thing that I want to cover also is to understand what you're supposed to do. Now, for each one of those persons to become a scholar, they must each also pay the $99 that to get started, just like you. Some of the people that join your team are only going to want to do Forex. Now, sometimes we have champions that say they're not doing anything. And I'm going to say, au contraire, Clarice. Isn't that what he said in Silence of the Lambs? Something like that. I'm going to say that's not true. Understand that this comp plan is a little bit different than some other comp plans. You are paid for having a certain number of people, right? A certain number of people in each one of your organizations. So 442 pays you 500. When you are growing your team to the next level, and let's just say you're at 12 and 6, right? It doesn't matter what the person is doing that's in the organization, the only thing that matters is this, is are they active? Because I think sometimes people have a misconception that if you're building a team, you're building a team of builders. That is not true. Your team is going to be a cross section of builders and of people who are growing their income in Forex. So it's going to be a cross section of those two. And so when you start to look at, you could have, and this is what Mr. McCovey says. He says that we have 80 to 85% of the people that join, their goal is to be able to earn that income in Forex, not have to, acquire customers, not have to recruit business partners. They can earn that, that 7, 14, 20, 60, 80, $100 a day right from their cell phone. They can earn that 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 and more right from their cell phone. They don't need a customer. As long as they are an active one of these bodies right here, they are active one of your 4, active one of your 12, active one of your 13, which is what you're going to need to go to the next level. As long as they are that, they contribute equally as much to your earning $500 here, or you're earning $1,000 here. Okay, they equally contribute to that as much as the next person. So understand something, you're not building a team of any particular type, right, of group of people. You're building a team of people, and a large portion of them are actually going to want to trade, right? They're actually going to want to trade in foreign exchange. So I want to make sure that we understand that, because I came from a platform where it was built differently than this, and it was a unilateral, and it really meant something if you were recruiting people that were actually wanting to be recruiters. And it's not the same here. So I want you to understand that early on, so that you don't get your britches in a bunch if you have a bunch of people on your team that A, don't want to get 3, or B, and say A, not even A, that they are only wanting to grow Forex and they don't want to get 3, because it doesn't matter. They actively participate in your income either way by remaining what? Active. All right, so that we got that. All right, so now let's talk about the next thing, is that as you're the builder, or maybe you're going to do Forex and you want to eliminate that monthly subscription payment. A couple of things are imperative that you remember. So I'm going to take this off, give myself a little bit more space. I'm going to take this off. We're going to take this off, right? Let's get rid of that and this right here. Okay. So important for you to understand is, once you have 3 persons that have actually paid to become scholars on your team, and again, it does not matter what they want to do with their business, because it is their business, right? Once you do that, right, you're going to have it light up in your back office under your dashboard. You guys know how you have the menu and it has dashboard, Epic University. Then it has what? Telegram, Trading View, live sessions, how it has that. As soon as you have those 3 signups, however, what's going to happen is the company is going to put one more line that's going to be in yellow right here. And it's going to say become an IBO. So I do challenge you, as you are growing your business, you should be logging into your back office on a daily basis, because we don't want you to miss the banner that says become an IBO. And let me explain to you why. When you click on this become an IBO and you pay the $24.99 to become an IBO, that allows the company at that point, and not before that point, but at that point, to actually eliminate your monthly subscription payment. It allows your monthly subscription payment to be waived. But the first thing is, 1, you must click on the link. 2, you must pay to become an IBO. And then once you do that, right? Once you do that, number three is they're going to waive that subscription, but they're not going to waive it until you actually pay the $99. The reason I want to express that to you is, let's just say maybe you got started on December 1st and you get your 3rd IBO on December 26th. And so now you're thinking, whoopee, yippee, there will not be a subscription drafted for $99 from my account on December either 28th or 29th. I really haven't figured out how that works. Let's just say 29th, right? And that is not true. Now you may be saying, but coach, I've got team 1, team 2, and team 3. Why would they not waive my fee? So let's go back to the why not. Once you have your third sale, this sale right here, right? You must, 1, log into your back office, 2, pay to become an IBO, and at that point in time, the company actually waives the $99. So if you fail to do those steps, the company doesn't know to waive your fee because it is only programmed to waive the fee once you pay the $24.99 to become an IBO. So what we've had happen is people fail to do steps 1 and 2. So the company does actually draft, right? They do actually draft their account for the $99.99 because they forgot step 1 and step 2. Y'all got it? So very imperative that because a lot of you guys are coming in real fast. A lot of your team members are gonna hit 3 and free real fast. Immediately have them log in. Click on, it's gonna be in yellow. It's gonna be the only thing on the menu in yellow, and it's gonna be at the very top of the menu in yellow. Let's make sure that we follow that particular path. Okay, let's make sure we follow that particular path. All right, so let me erase the whole board this time. All right, so we got that. All right, so we know once we have those 3, right? We know once we have those 3. So if this is you, now, if you are a builder, then your goal now is to drive the depth in your team. Again, you may have somebody on your team, and since it seems to be about 2 out of 3, let's just say that this person only wants to do Forex. And this person only wants to do Forex. In other words, they want to grow their income that way, which is fine. They don't want to build a team. And this one person does want to build a team. Okay. Neither person is any less valuable to you because of what they choose to do with their company. Each one of them is counting towards your being 3 and having your fee waived no matter what they want to do. Does that make sense? And so we treat everybody the same no matter what they want to do. It's their company. It's okay. But some people say, well, then coach, if they don't want to build, how do I build under them? Great question. Very, very great question. So let's put our placement tank. Let's put our placement tank up here, right? So let's just say you bring in 3 people. And let's just say the first one, his name is Bob. And you need to put Bob in team 1. The young lady in team 1 is only interested in growing Forex. She's not interested in sharing this with people. She's not worried about being 3 and free. What do you do? Right? What do you do? So what you're going to do is you'll go into your placement tank, right? And let's call her ID number 123. That's her ID number, right? That's her ID number. And yours happens to be 321. Okay, so I'm just going to call that your ID number. So when you click on Bob's name in your placement hold, right, what happens is 2 boxes come up. The bottom box has 321 in it as the sponsor, which is your ID number. The top box, which is the placement box, is blank. It is actually blank. So I've got this person in team 1. They're not trying to grow, but I need to put people in that team. What is it that I do? So you go into your placement tank, you click on Bob's name. It says, to update placement. Your number is in the bottom. You put the number 123 in the top box for placement, which tells the computer, oh, we're going to place Bob, right? We're going to place Bob right there. But coach, they're not building a team, so I'm giving them somebody and they're not building a team. No. Yes, there is somebody on their team. Yes, but no, you didn't just give them somebody. You took your team from 1 to 2. Remember, your goal is to get this organization to 4. Your goal is to get the organization to 4. So it doesn't matter that they fall under that person. That's the only place that they can fall. So I want you to understand, somebody wanting to grow their income in Forex, they may not build, but they still count towards the 2 of your 4. Got it? Now, here's the other piece that you want to understand. So when you're actually growing that next person, or let me just say it this way. I have one person on my team that not even doing Forex, that's just doing nothing. So on their organization, this leg is about 14. I take that back. He is doing Forex. That leg is about 14 deep. He is not looking at building at this point. But let me ask you a question. What happens if he decides he wants to build? What happens is that he actually has, right? He actually has now 14 people in his team one. Well, if he wanted to be a founder 500, remember you need 4 in the first team, 4 in the second team, and 2 in the third team. He's got 4 in the first team. If he wanted to move on to become a founder 1000, where you need 12 in the first team, 12 in the second team, and 6 in the third team, he's got that. So even though he may not want to build right now, because you're going to keep doing what you need to do to get the number of people in your organization that you need, right? And people have been, in his case, placed down, because I build straight down in a leg. He is already positioned to get himself to founder 1000 if he chooses to. If he doesn't choose to, no harm, no foul. Does that make sense? You still have the number of people that you need in your organization. So what you do is you just place them right up under that person that wants to do Forex, and then you go from there. So in other words, maybe this person, right? Maybe this person that you place, Bob, maybe he is somebody who's going to build a business, and he does bring on 2. The moment he brings on 2, you now have the 4 people in team 1 towards founder 500, which is 442. So Bob brings on 2. He adds more. He adds 2 more to the mix. You now have a total of 4. You now have a total of 4. So this leg is essentially done. Even though, coach, that person is only doing Forex, it doesn't matter what they're doing. The only thing the computer looks at is, are they what? Are they active? Because as long as they're active, they're counting. And I don't care what they want to do. They can go sew up, they can knit sweaters, they can go grow chia pet factory. They could go, they could go travel with NASA to the moon. I don't care what they do. As long as they're active, they count for you. Does that make sense, right, Rhonda? That's all that matters, that they're active. Now, so that's taking care of that. So don't worry about what somebody wants to do. Keep them positive, keep motivating them, thank them for being a part of your team, because their being active is what contributed to you having 4 counting in that first team. And what you need to do now is to help your second team. So as you are building, right, it is a matter of keeping your legs with the balance that has been issued by the company. For example, right, it says, it reads here 4, it reads here 4, it reads here 2. Okay, 4, 4, 2. So it reads 4. That's what it counts to be a founder 500. So people have asked, well, coach, can I have 2 and then 4 and 4 and still be a founder 500? And the answer to that, of course, is no. You must maintain it the way the company currently has it, in that you must maintain 4 in your first team, 4 in your second team, and 2 in your third team for you to actually be a founder 500. Now, here is something else that people don't. I want to make sure people understand. 3 is not enough. Okay, so the compensation plan says 3, Coach JP. I get that. I do get that. However, we are still dealing with the law of numbers, the law of large numbers, the human factor, the numbers game, if you will. And what that simply says is not everybody is going to stick, or somebody's card may be compromised, right? And they have to order a new card. They don't get the card in time to, or they forget to update Epic about their card, right? And their subscription does not go through. And, right, your monthly subscription is coming, and you're no longer 3 with your fee weight. So is it a good idea to just have 3? No. As a matter of fact, Coach Ray Sean and I are going to tell you that you personally want to, if you're going to be a builder, your first goal, according to Mr. McCovey, is to get 10 personals. Your second goal, if you're a builder, according to Mr. Covey, is to get 30 personals. That's your goal. So let's talk about the first goal first. Let's talk about first things first, okay? Now, where would you put them, right? That would be the question. Where am I going to put 10 people, coach? I only need 3 on my front line. Very good, Rhonda. You're going to place them in your organization where you need them. So let's just say Bob does come in and Bob brings in his first 3. So Bob gets to where he becomes an IBO. He's now 3 and his fee is waived. You've got 5 in this team, but you only needed 4, so you're good right there. Now, this is how spillover happens. Some people are confused and they think spillover is a gift that you give to people. That's not how it works. Spillover happens when you're in position and the person who is your sponsor or somewhere in your upline, they need to place people in that leg in order to get to their goal, in your case, 4. And that person who is sitting here becomes the benefactor of spillover and spill under. Okay. So how does it work? So let's just say you go out and you're going to put in those 10 people, right? Because you're going to get yourself to Founder 500. You're not waiting on anybody. So you have 10 people that you put in your business. You can place 1 here, 2, 3. Well, let's just say you put in 6 people. Let's not even say 10. And you place 1, 2 here, or I prefer you build like this, but you can build any way you want to. It's up to you. But now, what is your structure? Your structure is 5, 4, 2. Coach, do I get paid anything extra because I have 5 in that position? No. The next time you get paid extra is when your team is now 12, 12, 6, and that's at Founder 1000. At Founder 500, you need 4, 4, 2. You just happen to have 5, 5, 2. So now that you have all these personals, so here, this is a personal, this is a personal, this is a personal, this is a personal, this is a personal. So coach, how do I place them under each of those persons? You simply put their ID number in the placement part of the box, which am I able to show that to you today? No, I can't show it to you today, so I can just diagram it. But does that make sense? You get a chance to actually, you take and put, like, for example, if you're going to place this person under your Forexer, you need this person's ID. When you get ready to place this person under this person, you need their ID. And when the box comes up, your ID number is in the bottom as a sponsor. This is your number here. And this box is blank, which is where it's going to be placed. You would put this guy's number here in this box right here, and the computer would place this person under this guy. And when you put this person's ID number in the box, the computer and you're placing this guy, the computer then says, oh, okay, we're going to place this guy under this guy. So you just put the ID number of the person you want that rep to fall under. You put that ID number in, and that's actually where they fall into the organization. Okay. So that's how that's actually going to work. So we're going to take a little bit of this off of here. So you were going for 442, right? You were going for 442. You personally enrolled 3 persons, and you placed those 6 persons, and you place those people strategically in your team. Again, how you do it, like if this is your mom, okay, if this is your mom, then I would go ahead and get my mom 3 and free, but it's up to you, right? So you could do this. Now, you could let your mom be the enroller of that person. My theory is put your mask on first. So where you could say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give my mom those first 3, and I'm going to let my mom be the enroller and placement. What does that mean? Okay, let me show you what that means. Once you go to update placement, right, and your number is here, right, you would take your number out. You would type in mom's number, or I normally copy and paste. You would copy and paste in mom's number here. It tells the computer that not only am I placing this one here, but mom is also the sponsor. I'm placing this one here. Mom is a sponsor of that one, and I'm going to place this one here. Mom is a sponsor of that one, right? What do I mean by put your mask on first? Now, so there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. I'm just telling you, like, both sides that, you know, of when you do it. What I mean by put your mask on first is right now, once you gave those 3 to mom and you did become founder 500, just remember, you have this person that's a personal, this is a personal, that's 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So where you would have had 8 personals, right? And again, your goal is to hurry up and get to 10 personals, you have 5. Nothing wrong with either way. Go ahead and get mom straight, come back and get more personals, come back and get mom straight. There's no wrong or right. Just remember to have those personals. Now, one of the things that I tell people, I was telling Rhonda and them that, listen, I actually messed around and I had 7 personals, and in 1 week, 5 of them fell off, right? 5 fell off. And why is that an issue? Because when they fall off, what happens is, and I drop down to 2, I am no longer qualified. So let me go over that. I meant to cover that earlier. When you first get started and you bring in those three that you personally recruit, right? That you personally recruit are called, are actually make it so that you're qualified. So if somebody places them on your team, I know, Rhonda, if somebody places them on your team, that's great, but it doesn't get you to 3 in your fee waves and it doesn't get you qualified. When I lost, even though I had 7 personals and I dropped down to just the 2 personals, I fell out of qualification. What does that mean? I cannot be paid at my rank, any rank, if I don't have those 3 qualified rep IBOs. Does that, or scholars? Does that make sense? So I had to quickly go in, activate my mom's account, which was one of the ones that fell out. Activate my mom's account, and that qualified me. And I had to do that by Monday morning at 2:59 a.m. in order to receive that pay the following week. Does that make sense, champion? So that's how that actually works. I just want to make sure you know that. So that's why we say get yourself as quickly as possible, right? Get yourself as quickly as possible to that 10, because that's going to keep you fairly secure. And then what does Mr. McCovey say? Once you have that 10, let's move on to 30. That way you never, ever at life have to worry about falling out of qualification. Also, you're able to strategically place people in your team. So Coach, you said that this is called spillover. This is, and we're going to cover this last piece, and then we're going to be done today, and we'll go into more detail later on tonight. But so spillover, spill under, right? When you personally need to grow your team and you personally place people in this leg, which is where you need people, and in this team, which is where you need people, this guy and this girl and your mom became benefactors of spillover and spill under. It spilled over from you and under them. Does that make sense? So the question is, well, shouldn't I be giving Bob somebody that I recruited as well to keep it fair? Spillover and spill under is not about fair. It is about you having the ability to craft and structure your organization so that you hit your bonus when you need to hit your bonus, right? And then if that person is in place, they're a benefactor of spillover and spill under. And that's why we tell people, go ahead and get started, because you never know when that spillover and spill under is going to happen. But it doesn't happen because, you know, you love your mom. It happened because you needed to get to 4, right? That's why that spillover happened. But now the next week, when you turn your sights on, right? When you actually turn your sights to, okay, now I am at Founder 500. That makes better sense. Okay, thank you, baby. I'm glad it does. Now that you're going to turn your sights, right? You're going to turn your sights, and now you're looking to get to 12, 12, 6, right? You're looking to get to 12, 12, 6. And now, okay, Bob is doing all right. Bob has got, he's gone on and he's got a couple down here, and he's got 3 here. So Bob, so between this person and Bob, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 in that organization right now. So right now, this organization has 10. You went ahead and you spilled over a few more people under, you know, this team here. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So you've got 8 on this team, and on this team, this person put in 2 more. you've got 4 of the 6 you needed on this team. So now you just personally recruited 10 people, right? You just personally recruited 10 people. It's Saturday evening and you got to be done by tomorrow, or let's say between now and tomorrow. Let's say it's Sunday night. It's 9 o'clock Eastern time Sunday night. You have 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. You got 5 hours, right? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. You got 6 hours, right, to be in qualification for Founder 1000, so that next week you're paid $250 instead of $125. What do? You just put in 10 people. This is what you do. Okay. Bob is, you can have anybody that we can talk to tonight. Is there anybody else coming on board? Bob said, no, I've been trying to get in touch with my sister, been trying to get in touch with my mom. I'm going to keep grinding. You said, okay. You talk to the people in this team. Hey, mom, anybody you know that wants to kind of do Forex with you? You talk to some of these champions to see if they got anything going. Nobody has anything going. You're like, okay. You call over here to your builder and say, what's going on? Do you have anybody else that's coming in? No, I've been coming up zeros. I got maybe 2 in a possible, whatever, right? So now you're saying, if it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. Now you have to decide, am I going to wait on somebody else to put people in the team in order for me to get to Founder 1000? Right, Rhonda? Or am I going to do it myself? And what you're going to do is do it yourself. So let's just say, right? Exactly, Ron. Let's just say over the course of the next few, over the course of those next few hours or whatever the case may be, you go out here, right? You go out here and you're able to, let me get me another color. I'm going to get pink. Okay. So Bob needs 2. Right? Bob needs 2. Now, some people would say, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this person 1 more and this person 1 more. You can do that. That's totally up to you. I build a little bit differently. Okay. It's up to you how you build. But if I'm going to drop 2 in Bob's team, okay, I'm going to drop 2 in Bob's team and I'm going to put them right here. Now, why am I coming down 1 leg? Because I'm blessing everybody in that leg. If I'm growing the team, I'm going to teach Bob to drill down in this leg. And Bob is going to teach his guy to drill down in this leg. So we're teaching each person to drill down in 1 leg. But what we do when we drill down is now this, let me get another color. Now this person has 1 more. 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 Bob has 1 more. This person who's doing Forex that could care less has 1 more. But you now have 12 in your team. Does that make sense? How you do it is up to you. But I think you bless more people by each of us drilling down in independent legs, so that we have the ability, right? We have the ability to grow our organizations and give and everybody end up getting at least 1. Like, our goal is to help people to win, to grow them to their success, but not to do all the work for them. Now, everybody builds differently. I've got friends of mine that build this way. They put 3 under this one, 3 under this one, 3 under this one. Come back and put 3 under this one, 3 under this one, 3 under this one, go to the next leg, 3 under this one, 3 under this one, 3 under this one, go to the next leg, 3 under this one, 3. And that's fine. But how does a person know how to get to Founder 1, which is where they're 3 with the fee waived, if they never did anything to get to Founder 1? Like, how they know what to do? But it's up to you. It's your company. It's up to you how you do it. I just do it differently. So we need 4 people. We need 4 people down in under mom. So to secure mom, I might do this. I might say, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 here. That way that guy stays 3 and free. Or I may stick to my game plan. All mom wants is Forex anyway. I've already got a 3 and free. So I'm going to drill down 4 more people in this organization. Up to you. Remember, it's all totally up to you. I do suggest that you just kind of reach up line and talk over like I call Mr. McCovey, I talk over the organization, explain to him what the organization looks like, Sometimes he'll pull it up and then he gives me advice, right? And sometimes I can figure it out on my own. But most of the time, if I'm not sure, I make sure I call him. So now I've got the 12 that I need here, the 12 that I need here. I need 2 more in this team. I'm probably going to drill straight down. So, right? You know, and some people will say, well, you know what, Coach JP, I might want to put my 2 here because I've already helped that team. It's up to you. There's no wrong and there's no right way. I mean, there's no wrong or right way to spill over the way you need to spill over in your team. My point is that people understand when spillover happens. It happens when the person who is either above you or you need a certain number of people in a team, and those people, somebody is in place and they are the benefactor of that spillover. That's when spillover actually happens. Does that make sense? When people are moving towards their goal. So again, how you do it, totally up to you. Just always make sure that you put your mask on first to make sure that you take care of you, because the person who has to pay your subscription is actually you. The person who needs the money coming in next Friday is actually you. So that's how you do that. That's it. Any questions about spillover, spill under, getting to where they're 3 and free, and the fee is waived, becoming an IBO, about, how to drill down in your teams, or when you place, or how you place. Any questions on any of that, guys, before we actually, sign off for today's training? Any question on any of that? All right. Well, with that being said, family, listen, it has been my pleasure to serve you again on this evening, this afternoon, and we will see you back here tonight at 9 o'clock. We'll do a presentation. 10 o'clock, we're going to do the training. Either way, family.